So we have completed mechanics, and now we will be starting the new branch of physics, that is waves, sound waves, what is EM wave, light. Okay, so now we will start discussing what are the waves and how many different types of waves we have. So first we need to understand the meaning of a wave. So to understand the meaning of a wave, let's take an example. So let's say you are standing on a hill and there is this lake or a pond here where water is present here. So now let's say you have a stone in your hand and you throw the stone in the lake or the pond. So this stone has two types of energies. One is the kinetic energy and one is the potential energy. The kinetic energy is due to the motion of the stone, and the potential energy is due to the height that the stone has. So this stone has two energies, or it has some energy. Okay, just need to keep in mind that the stone has some energy. So after that, the stone will collide with the water surface here. Once it collide with the water surface here, it will gradually fall down and it will come down. Okay, it will come down to the bottom, the stone. So ultimately what will be the energy of the stone? The energy of the stone will become 0. Why? Because it has height equal to 0, so the potential energy is 0, and the particle or the stone is at rest, so because of that kinetic energy is also 0. So what happened to this energy? What happened to the energy of the stone? So what happened is that the stone transferred its energy to the water molecules. So what happened is that when it strike here, when the stone strikes here, it transfers its energy to the particles present here. So what will happen is that this is the top view. So the water, let's say here the stone collided, so it will transfer its energy to the particles or the molecules of water which are present here. So when the molecules or the particle obtain some energy, they start to vibrate. When they start to vibrate, they oscillate. So in that scenario, they transfer their energy to their neighboring particles. Okay, they transfer their energy to the neighboring particles. Then those neighboring particles vibrate and transfer their energy to their neighboring particles, and then they transfer their energy to their other neighboring particles. So in this way, the particles vibrate and transfer the energy in this direction, like this. Okay, like this. So what is happening is that the energy of the stone was transferred to the molecules or the particles of water, and then those particles started to vibrate, and those vibrations transferred that energy outward in all directions. So one important thing to note is that there is no actual motion of the particle from one point to another point. It is not happening that the water molecule of this position goes to this position. The water molecule only vibrates at its own location, and those vibrations are transferred to the outer molecules, outer particles. So what actually is happening is that, what is wave? Wave is something which can transfer the energy. Wave is something which can transfer the energy without the actual transfer of matter or any particle. That is, there is no particle which is traveling from this point to this point. Only the energy is traveling from this point to this point. So wave is something which transfers the energy without the actual transfer of any material particle. So hopefully the concept of wave is clear. Waves can transfer the information, waves can transfer the energy. Okay, now waves are the things that can be classified into three major types. So what are those three major types? One is the mechanical wave, one is the electromagnetic wave, and one is the matter wave. So let's try to understand first the meaning of mechanical wave, electromagnetic wave, and matter wave in short. So what is a mechanical wave? So any wave which requires a medium to travel, and in this mechanical wave, the wave is transferred by the vibrations of the particle of the medium, then that kind of a wave is called mechanical wave. For example, let's say sound. Okay, sound is the example of a mechanical wave. Why? Because how does sound travels? It travels through a medium. It can be air, liquid, or any solid. So usually let's say we have these air particles. Now how does the sound travels? The sound travels by the uh, vibrations of the particle of this medium. So these particles will start to vibrate, and those vibrations will travel to the neighboring particles. Then those vibrations will travel to the neighboring particles, and in this way the sound is traveled in the form of longitudinal waves, compressions and rarefactions. And what is sound? Sound is a mechanical wave. Why? Because there is a vibrations of the particles of the medium. So this is a mechanical wave. Now next is the electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave is the wave which is produced by the electric and magnetic fields. In this electromagnetic waves, medium is not necessary. For example, the visible light is the example of electromagnetic waves. So from the sun on the visible light comes on the earth. So in between there is vacuum. So this EM waves do not require any vacuum. It is produced by the electric and magnetic fields. On the other hand, this mechanical waves always requires a medium. For example, sound cannot travel between sun and earth because there is vacuum. Next is the matter wave. Now matter wave might not get clear to you at this point. Matter waves are the waves of the actual matter. For example, electron. So we know that electron is a particle, but you will study in chemistry and in physics as well after a while that electron also shows a property of a wave. Apart from the particle property, electron can also show the property of a wave. So electron can also act like a wave. So this type of waves are called matter waves, waves of the actual matter. You are also a matter. Okay, so you also have a wave property. You will understand this in the next class. So next 12th class. Okay, so matter waves are the waves of the actual matter. But for this particular chapter, what we need to focus is on the mechanical wave only. This is the main wave that we will be discussing. Now apart from that, waves can also be classified in two different categories like longitudinal waves and transverse waves. So what are longitudinal and what are transverse waves? We will discuss this after a while. So let's try to discuss about the mechanical wave again. What are mechanical waves? They are waves which are produced by the particles of any medium. For example, sound. Sound is a mechanical wave. How does sound travel? It travels by the vibrations of the particles of a medium. For example, let's say this is air. This is air. So what happens is that the particles of the air starts to vibrate, and those vibrations are transmitted in the forms of compression and rarefaction. Compression, that is particles come close, and rarefaction, that is the particles go further apart. Like a slingy. Okay, like a slingy. In slingy you must have seen like this. Particles are close, particles are further apart. Particles are close, particles are further apart. So sound is the example of a mechanical wave. It can be longitudinal or transverse. The meaning of longitudinal and transverse will be discussed later. Water is again a mechanical wave, because how is the water wave formed? The water wave is formed because of the vibrations of the water molecules. The water molecule starts to vibrate, and those vibrations are transmitted without the actual transfer of the water molecules. Now the mechanical waves depend on the vibration of the particles of the medium. So if the density of the medium is more, the speed of the mechanical wave is more. Why? Because when the density of the medium is more, then the particles are close together, and because of that the vibrations can travel faster. This particle vibrates and it can transfer its vibration to the neighboring particle quicker. So when the density is more, speed is more. When the density is less, the speed is less. Now similarly we have this electromagnetic wave. The electromagnetic waves, they are only of transverse nature. They are produced by the changing electric and magnetic fields. So the best example of electromagnetic waves is the visible light. Okay, apart from that there is also different types of electromagnetic waves like radio wave, microwave, infrared rays, ultraviolet rays, x-rays and gamma rays. Okay, so all these waves are the examples of electromagnetic waves in which the electric and magnetic fields produce a wave. Now the electromagnetic waves do not require any medium. So in electromagnetic waves, if the density of the medium is more, the speed of the EM wave is less. Why? Because let's say you are a particle who wants to go from this point to this point. So if you have more particles in between, you will collide with them more and you will need more time to go from one place to another. But if the particles are less, then you will be able to go from one place to another place much quicker. So EM waves has their own particle called photon, and it becomes slower in the denser medium because of the presence of more molecules, more particles, and it is quick in the rarer medium. So in mechanical wave, density increase, then the speed increase. In electromagnetic waves, density increase, then the speed decrease. Now finally, the matter wave. Matter wave is the wave of any matter, for example electron, proton, or even you, me, any matter particle. So this principle was given by de Broglie. Okay, it is written like de Broglie, but it is pronounced like de Broglie. So Louis de Broglie gave this formula. According to this formula, every matter particle having some momentum p will have a wavelength lambda. Okay, so every material, every matter particle also have some wave like property, and that wave is called the matter wave. And again, you do not need to worry much about the matter wave for now. So the main focus will be on the mechanical wave. Now let's discuss about the two more types of waves, which are longitudinal and transverse waves. So what are longitudinal and what are transverse waves? So as you can see in the diagram, the longitudinal waves look something like this and the transverse wave looks something like this. So in longitudinal waves, we have a region of compression, then a region of rarefaction, then a region of compression, then a region of rarefaction. And in case of transverse wave, we have a region called crest, then we have a region called trough, then we have a region called crest, then we have a region called trough. So here we have crest and trough. So the important thing to note here is that what is the difference between longitudinal and transverse wave. If you notice, let's say that the wave is traveling in this direction. In both the cases, the wave is traveling towards right in this direction in both the cases. Now let's focus on the individual particles. So what is happening here to the individual particles? The individual particles are vibrating like this, okay, like this. So the direction of vibration is along the direction of propagation. But in the transverse wave, what is happening is that the particles are vibrating up and down. For example, if this is the particle, it is vibrating up and down. So what is happening is the direction of vibration of the particles is vertical. So in longitudinal wave, the direction of the propagation and direction of the vibration has angle 0 degree or 180 degree. Okay, that is along this line, same line. But in the case of transverse wave, the angle between direction of propagation and direction of vibration of particles is 90 degree or 270 degree. Why? Because let's say the particle is vibrating like this and the wave is traveling like this, which is 90 degree, or let's say the particle is vibrating like this and the wave is like this. So the complete angle, this complete angle is 270 degree. So the main thing is that in longitudinal wave, the particles are vibrating parallel to the direction of wave propagation, but in transverse wave, the particles are vibrating perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. Also, longitudinal waves do not show polarization, transverse waves show polarization. Now what is polarization? You will not be able to understand it for now. Just keep this thing in mind that transverse waves show the property of polarization. Then the longitudinal waves are only produced when the medium is elastic, and the transverse wave is produced when the elastic property is not there, when the medium is not elastic. So because of this property, the longitudinal wave can be produced in solid, liquid or gas, because we have solids which are elastic in nature, liquids and gas which are elastic in nature, but it does not need elastic property. Because of that, the transverse wave cannot be produced in liquid or gas. Mainly in it can mainly be produced obtained in non-elastic solids and few of these liquid surfaces, on the surface of liquid. So this is important, that longitudinal waves are obtained in all, can be obtained in all, but transverse wave can only be obtained mainly in solids. in uh, in the case of longitudinal waves, when the density of medium change, then there is whenever longitudinal waves travel, then the density of the medium change. Why? Because like when this wave is traveling, then at some places the density is more, particles are close. At some places the density is less because the particles are further apart. So as the wave travels, the density changes. Compression and rarefactions are uh, moving along this direction, so the density of the medium is changing. But in transverse wave, there is no such case. Okay, so in transverse wave the density of the medium remains constant. So these are the few differences between longitudinal and transverse.